Hey guys, Matt here, and today I want to talk about unselfishness. So, most of us think that unselfishness is not that big of a deal. We're already pretty unselfish if we buy our friend lunch one time, we give a couple quarters to the homeless man on the street. Um, hey, I'm unselfish. I gave him money, I'm doing my thing. It's not my job to support that guy on the street financially. And I kind of just want to talk about unselfishness for a little bit. Galatians 5:16 says, "But I say, walk by the Spirit, and you will not gratify the desires of the flesh." Um, our flesh desires us to think about ourselves first. Our sinful nature says, "Me, me, me." We turned the holidays into presents. I just want this. I want this. Um, is that too much to ask for? I just want this. I deserve it. I've been good this year. I deserve to get this new phone, this new TV. I just want this. Um, and we try and make it seem right that we just want all this stuff. Um, this Christmas, I wanted a new phone. My phone is a little flip phone. I feel like I'm in sixth grade again. But my phone is that, and I was like, oh yeah, I just want a new phone so bad. I want one with a touch screen where I could go on the internet all the time. I have T-Mobile, so I couldn't get an iPhone, so I was sad about that. But I was looking through the phones. I was like, dang, the Samsung Galaxy S2, that looks pretty sick. Showed it to my mom. I was like, Mom, I want this. I want this phone for Christmas. It'd be cool. Wrote it on my Christmas list on Thanksgiving, like I always do with my boy Andrew and Jacob Shade. Um, and so, yeah, I was just like, Mom, I want this phone. And yeah, so Christmas morning comes. I open up my presents. I didn't get that phone. I was like, you know what? It's okay. It's not the end of the world. What do you use a phone for? To call people and to text. And my phone does that. I'll be fine. You know? Um, so the other night, I walk into my house and I see my mom with this new phone. I was like, what phone is that? She's like, the Samsung Galaxy S2. I was like, you got that? She's like, yes. I was like, what the heck? I asked for that for Christmas and you didn't get it, but you got it for yourself? And she's like, yeah. And I was like, all of a sudden, this like anger in me just built up, like this disappointment. And I just went up to my room and I was like, what the heck? Why did my mom gets it? She probably doesn't even know how to work it. But then I was like, why am I being so selfish? There's starving kids out there. We all use that excuse. But I should just be grateful for what I have. And so I was reading in my sports devotional book this morning that I read from. It's awesome. If you love sports, I definitely recommend it. I'm a huge sports guy, and there's this hockey player. Most of you probably have heard of him. His name's Wayne Gretzky. And I was just reading through it this morning, and it mentioned the 1997-1998 playoffs when Toronto Maple Leafs, shout out to all my boys in Canada, um, played against the New York Rangers, and Wayne Gretzky had 3 assists that game. They scored 3 goals. The Rangers did beat Toronto 3-2. Wayne Gretzky had 3 assists. So he passed the ball right before the score. And so he set his players up. He set his team up. And that year he got voted as the greatest player to ever play hockey. And he could have scored all their points, but he set his teammates up. In his career, he had 895 goals. Remember, he was voted the greatest hockey player of all time. 895 goals is a lot. If you play hockey, you know how hard that is, especially in the NHL. And so you're like, dang, that's a lot of goals. But he had 1,963 assists in his career. He over doubled his goals with assists. That's why he was voted the greatest player of all time. Because not only could he score, but he could set up his teammates to score. He made his team better, kind of like what Kobe does for the Lakers. Not really. But Wayne Gretzky, that's what made him great, was his unselfishness on the ice. He set people up. So, I just want to kind of challenge you guys today. There's this thing that I heard on the radio. I've done it a couple times. It's awesome. It's called the drive-through game. So next time you guys are going through the drive-through at like In-N-Out, McDonald's or someplace like that, Carl's Jr., I want you guys to, if you guys are financially stable and could afford it, pay for the car behind you. Just bless the car that is behind you. Pay for their meal, and see what happens, because you never know. They could pay for the meal behind them. Who pays for the meal behind them? It can just turn into this huge thing of people blessing people. And so yeah, you can see people's lives transform through that. So that's just an awesome thing to do. Heard it on the radio. It's called the drive-through game. And yeah, awesome thing to do. Thank you guys so much for your time. It's been awesome. Have a great day.